There he is. Okay, we're gonna go out onto the ice and get some water out of a little hole that I cut. I don't think the water is very deep here, but it should be deep enough to get some frightened the crap out of me. That's the ice moving. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so we can get some water out of this. Excellent. There we go. I'll just keep taking it up like that if I have to. I cut that out with my axe. It's already dark here, guys, and the reason for that is because I didn't plan to come here. I went to 2 different locations which just simply didn't work out. But yeah, that water is pretty yellow, but it doesn't really have any odor or anything on it, so it could be just mixed with mud or something. So anyways, I'm going to we're going to get the kettle cooking, get some coffee, then we're going to jump up all this wood over here, and when we get all that wood cut up, then we'll start our dinner. But I'm off to a really late start, but it turned out to be a really nice night. The stars are out, which is really cool. All right. Now we got some water to drink. But we're going to cut up the rest of that wood, light the fire, and then get dinner on the go. And then we're going to crawl into our nice warm tent. And by warm, I mean not really. And yeah, and then we'll have hopefully a good sleep. Now that we have fire, we can soon have our steak. Well folks, we got this beautiful fire going now. You can start to see the steam coming off my breath, which means I'm warming up. And steam coming off my gloves and boots. But what a beautiful fire we got going here now. I'm going to let this burn a little bit, and then we'll, like, I have a huge wood pile here. I'll show you. So we got all this wood here. I'm going to let this burn down a little bit, and I got the wood really close to the fire so that it dries out. The wood is really wet, so we'll let that dry out a little bit, and then I'll put some really big pieces on for the coals, and then we're going to cook our dinner, our supper. And what we're having today is we're having mushrooms, potatoes, and steak. That will be absolutely delicious. Well folks, we got the bigger coals on there now, the logs, so we'll let that burn down, and then we will cook our dinner. We got a full pot of drinking water going there. I do have my filter with me, but I was like, you know what? I got so many pots here, I might as well use them. So we just got this whole pot and the entire kettle, and also that little pot over there is going to be all the drinking water that we'll need. Just basically sterilizing it. I mean, it will probably freeze overnight, but that's okay because then at least it's already sterilized and clean, so I'll just have to thaw it out in the morning. So it's all good, so that's exciting. So we got a bunch of drinking water, and the coals are getting just about perfect now for us to have our dinner. Actually, you know what? I should take out our lunch. Let's take our lunch out. Okay, hang on. Let me get situated. Alrighty, for our dinner, we got some mushrooms and potatoes, and then of course we got this bad boy, this delicious steak, and of course we're going to cook that right on the open coals like always. And we use the typical spice. Uh-oh, she's boiling over. I gotta turn this back and also take this out. Whoa, there we go. Now I'm just gonna let that boil for a couple minutes. Like I said, I'm really only boiling on this water basically for drinking water, so that it's already done. And yeah, so this here is the spice that we'll put on our burger, or not our burger, our steak. Although I do put it on burgers as well. And yeah, we're just having a time here with the fire. I hope you guys are enjoying the adventure. When I turn my light off, if we look around, it is just complete darkness. There's not even any stars or anything. So yeah, it's a pretty cloudy, overcasty night, but that's usually a good thing, because typically if there's clouds, then it's usually warm. So that's a good thing. So hopefully it stays cloudy. But it is pretty cold when you go away from the fire. I have to admit, it is pretty cold. Alrighty, it's time to put this steak in on the coals. It's actually still hard. Still pretty frozen, but it's all good. We're just gonna lay that right in there. Oh, hot. Ow. Too hot. Now we gotta put some spice on there as well. She is grilling. Alrighty, so we do have to peel our potatoes and also our mushrooms. Let's peel our potatoes. You know what? I gotta try a piece of that steak first. There's just no way I can't try a piece of this steak. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's done good. Find it hard to cut, but I think it's the styrofoam. It seems a little bit tough, so I might have overdone it a little bit. Oh, that looks perfect. That looks perfect. Oh, yeah. The steak is done perfect. I'm gonna see if I got the mic on. I can never remember if I turned the mic on. Yeah, the mic is on. Wow, that steak is phenomenal. Alrighty, we got the water for our potatoes. It looks dirty because it's pond water, so, but I'm just going to go ahead and put the potatoes in there because it's going to take probably 15 or 20 minutes to boil them anyways. So the water will be nice and sterilized by then anyways. Beautiful fire still going. I'll show you the steak in a second, how good that looks. Let's turn on the gas. I could do it over the fire, but I just feel like it'll cook better and more consistently with the gas. So I'm just going to throw this on the gas. And yeah, let's crank that up. Alrighty, awesome. Put the lighter back in my pocket. That is a beautiful fire. And watch it, this piece of steak. This steak is awesome. Watch. Look how well done that is. It's barely pink, but it is cooked right through. It's juicy, it's delicious. Wow. I got the fire fired back up. As you can see, we still got a ton of wood left. But I'm thinking I'm just going to enjoy the steak for now, and then I'll just eat the potatoes once they're done, and then the mushrooms. I'm thinking I might just eat the mushrooms raw. I know I'm a weirdo. I love eating mushrooms raw, but hey, that's it. I love them, so I'm thinking I'm just going to eat them as they are. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start eating while the potatoes are boiling, and I'm considering. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm considering having a coffee, but we'll see. It is pretty late, so I might not have a coffee. Well, folks, I'm going to eat my donut for dessert, and then I'm just going to burn the rest of this wood, and then we're going to hop in and go to sleep. But I hope you guys are enjoying the adventure. I know it's really dark, and I was really late, having a really late start, but believe it or not, I've been actually outside for most of the day. I went to 2 locations, and neither one of those locations panned out to be any good, so I had no choice but to come to this location. And believe it or not, we were actually here before. We were here on our 3-day solo, I think it's 3-day solo camping and fishing trip, which is a 3-part. So it's cool that we're here again now that it's snowing, and you know, there's snow everywhere and it's really cold, so it's cool to see the same place again in a new season. But I didn't intend on coming here because, like I said, I had a different location picked out, and in fact I even had a secondary location as a backup, but neither one of those locations panned out and were any good, so I had to come over here, which is why it's so dark. And it was dark by the time we ate, and by the time I cut up all the wood, was because I had no intentions on coming here. And that added probably, if I had to guess, with all the multiple trips, then plus trying to decide whether or not, I would say it probably added about 1 kilometer to the hike, roughly, which is 1 kilometer that I didn't allow for myself to have to do, because I didn't just stop here. I actually went further and decided to come back here. But I'm glad we did come back here because the wood situation turned out really good, and I don't think I would have had as good resources on the second location, so I'm kind of glad we ended up here. It was really tough getting the wood, but other than that, it was a battle getting the wood. It was. If you guys could have only seen me off camera. But special thank you to a bunch of new subscribers that we have, so thank you so much for your love and support. And I hope you guys are enjoying this adventure. So I'm just going to go ahead and eat this donut and let this burn out, and then the next time you see me, we will be hitting the hay, and hopefully we don't freeze to death. I checked the weather; it was already down to -6, and with the wind, it feels like -11. It's not that windy right now at this moment, but it kind of comes and goes. It's like it gets windy and then it leaves, and then it gets windy and then leaves. So it's hard for me to really know. I think the wind is supposed to pick up throughout the night because it is calling for a really cold wind chill. So it'll be interesting to see how we go, how that turns out. Anyways, I'm going to stop blabbing. You don't want to hear that. I'm going to eat the donut, and we're going to hang out by the fire until the wood's gone, and then I'll see you guys in the tent. Well, folks, we're about to head to sleep now, so I hope you enjoyed the adventures thus far. And I got the Mikao heated socks on right now, so they're on as high as they can go. So it was really nice. My feet are actually almost too warm. So hopefully, with my feet being warm, hopefully the rest of my body will be warm. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Oh, also, I just checked the temperature, and it said right now it's -6, feels like -13, I think it said, or 12, one or the other. But it is going to drop down a little bit colder at 4 or 5 a.m. But then once we get to about 8, it'll start to warm up again. So as long as we can get through tonight, we'll be okay, because during the morning it's going to warm up. So anyways, good night. God bless. Thank you for watching this much of the adventure, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh my gosh. Oh. Crisp. Well, good morning, folks. It's pretty cold when you get outside of the sleeping bag. As you can see, there's still frost inside on my bag. If you can't see it, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, pretty well slept for 8 hours. Woke up once around 4. I woke up because the temperature dropped, and even a little bit of ice on my sweater. Yeah, woke up at 4. I checked the weather at 4. It said at that point it was windy, and I think it might have been a combination of the wind and the cold that woke me up. And they said on the app that it was, I think it said it was -7, feels like -16. But when I went onto the government website to look at the past 24-hour conditions, weather conditions, it only says on their website it went down to -6, feeling with the wind chill of -13. But when I woke up at 4 on the app, the Weather Network app, not the government, but the Weather Network, it said -7, feels like -16. And so I don't really know which one is accurate, but it was one of it, and it was windy. My tent was blowing around, but it's not windy now. It seems like it's very calm. I actually have not been outside of the tent yet, not even to use the washroom or anything. So I honestly don't know what it's like outside, but it is still cold. It's -5, feels like -10 right now. So but I had an awesome sleep, and I'll show you guys the frost on the bag. As you can see right there, it's still frozen on. But yeah, other than that, we had a good sleep, and I look forward to having some coffee, honestly. I'm glad that we boiled that water yesterday, so yeah. Such a beautiful morning. Actually, I gotta check the hole to see if it froze in. Gotta be careful here. Well, slippery. Oh yeah, she's frozen in. I'll have to get the axe. So, for our breakfast today, we got some oatmeal. So we're gonna have some oatmeal and some coffee. Maybe we should get the coffee on the go now. Coffee. Coffee grinder. Hopefully that's not frozen solid. Let's turn our chair this way. Enjoy the beautiful view. A lot of nice heat coming off the stove too. Okay, we're going to start boiling this water now, and then we're going to put our oatmeal in there, and we're going to enjoy our second cup of coffee. Warm and delicious. And yeah, and then we'll start packing up after we have our breakfast. All right, the oatmeal is nice and thick now, so we can turn that off. And what I will do now is I'll put the cover on this and drain out the liquid, so it'll be mainly only oatmeal left. So let's do that. And then I'm thinking we'll enjoy our delicious breakfast overlooking this beautiful view. That little tiny dot right there, guys, is a moose. Now I might see if I can get a little closer so I can get a good shot of him. He's a big moose, so I gotta be careful. But I might see if I can get a little closer to get a good shot of the moose. But that is a moose, and he is just staring me down. Let's see if we can get a better shot. There he is. And that's it. He's gone. He ran away. Well, folks, we're gonna pack up now. Coffee's gone, breakfast is gone, and I soon gotta head up to the highway. My ride will be here probably around 2-ish, so I'm running out of time. I only got like an hour or two. It's probably gonna take me 40 or 50 minutes to hike up to the highway, so I really gotta get stuff on the go now. But special thank you to a bunch of brand new subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and support. I know I sound like a broken record, always talking about the subs, but we've been getting a ton of subscribers every week. So thank you to each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed us out camping in the snow. We managed to survive either -6 feels like -13 or -7 feels like -16. But I'm going with -16. That sounds better. So we survived, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. And until the next adventure, take care.